Over the last several weeks, Stadia has made a big push marketing-wise as far as the game shown, how they present them, demos, and so forth. Some say that the last piece of that push is the territories that it's available in. There's not enough territories you can play Stadia in. That could all soon be about to change. How? Let's get into it.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. I'm not sorry.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another episode of the Stadia Dosage. So glad to be back. Can you do me a huge favor though? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when your boy's dropping these doses. I appreciate all y'all straight up. Y'all know the deal, y'all know the reason, and y'all know the slogan. I am not too proud to ask. Let's get into it. All right. So, wow, man. Last several weeks, Stadia has made a big push as far as its marketing is concerned. The demos that are being put out there, just the interactivity that they're trying to have with the general audience has increased considerably. But yet it's still not accessible to a lot of people globally. And because of things like that, you get people that ask me, I'll be on shows or wherever I'm at, social media, wherever, do you think that this Stadia thing is gonna last? And I chuckle because I understand the ignorance. And I don't mean that in a facetious way. I get it. I get it that they've been embroiled in the mainstream media's rhetoric. And that rhetoric is based upon a group of people that have an agenda. Their agenda is to pump up dedicated devices, whether it's a personal agenda or agenda that is suiting their outfit or their outlet that they're giving news for, right? You gotta be honest. Because they're getting free consoles and stuff. In an era where they're getting free consoles, getting free games and all other stuff, they are not going to ruffle the feathers of the breadwinners for them, which is dedicated device gaming. No matter how well Stadia performed, no matter if all of that faux pas with the botched launch, if that would have never happened, you would still see the overwhelming majority of the same results. Why? Because in a year preceding a new console generation launch, one with so much at stake as this one, cloud gaming, something very new, was never going to enter and be in the same plateau with them from day one. It's going to take some time, right? And I know that, you know that, and these game reporting companies know that. So therefore, their rhetoric would have always been against cloud gaming in totality. And the big senior versus the freshman, I want to throw the freshman in the garbage can and then kick the can down the cafeteria lunchroom in the hall, is Stadia. They came out first. They came out bold. They were the biggest, boldest nerd with the biggest bifocals. So those are the ones that the seniors like to grab up and throw in the trash can in the nearest cafeteria receptacle and kick down the hallway. You know what I mean? So we have that dynamic. So therefore, a lot of our friends are ignorant. And again, I'm not using ignorant in a facetious term. I'm just using it, the textbook definition. They are ignorant to why questions like, is Stadia gonna survive, why they're silly, why the rhetoric is off place and silly. We're listening to the wrong sources. And I get it. Again, the bulk of the fascination and awe is gonna be with the consoles. Regardless of how well Stadia or any cloud platform stepped on the scene, cloud gaming right now is niche. Doesn't mean it's not a great experience. Doesn't mean it's not an experience that changed the lives of many gamers, including myself. And it's going to grow and then be bigger than what it is now, definitely. But right now, we got to understand we're a peculiar few, you know, and we're not followers. Even with that, though, you have people within the peculiar few that did, have some questions. They had their doubts because when Stadia doesn't give you a long roadmap, they don't do that. They keep everything close to the vest and they go, bam, boop, boop, boop. Here you go. Some of us understand that about them. Some are still coming to grips with that, and they just can't fathom how come you're not doing what the console people do. That's what gives them success. They don't understand how this is a different dynamic. But that may be the case. People still have questions nonetheless. And one of the biggest questions that people have is about roadmap stuff. When is Stadia going to expand? I love Stadia. I love the prospects of it. I love everything that you're doing, but guess what? You're not in my country. You're not in my territory. I can't sit there and, I loved it when I went, on summer vacation and visited the family in the States or in UK or wherever it's available, but I can't bring this thing back home under reasonable or under mainstream means, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we may be on the throes of that changing. And there probably isn't a better time than now than it's to be forthcoming. What am I talking about? Well, hold on. Let me show you something. All right, take a look at this. I'll show you two tweets. First and foremost, this is a tweet from our good friend Jim Stadia. All right, Mr. Breakdown the APKs himself. So Jim says, looks like Stadia is coming to Japan. Humankind pre-order store page has Japanese meta tags for the search crawler. Wow, look at that. He shows you a snippet of that exact thing going on right now with the meta tags. All right. Now, again, this is big because you see Xcloud making its push in Asia. They're making deals in South Korea, and South Korea has a very strong mobile market. So it's very important that Stadia finds its way to make a push in that region as well. I mean, you saw, I can't remember the name. The name loses me, Ubitu, or whatever the name of the Japanese cloud company that is bolstering the cloud efforts on Nintendo's Switch. They made headways. People are like, who is this company? Who are these guys? So now it's probably better now than never than to go and start, laying your groundwork in that region. Smart thing to do. Now, with that said, there's another comment that came on Twitter from, one of our favorite, again, another one of our favorite YouTubers or social media personalities that, again, shows possibly that Stadia is looking to make a big expanse. What is that? Well, this comes from your homie, your boy Twiz, the Young Ye Slayer. I'm convinced that his last video directed or response to Young Ye, I think it subdued him. I think it hit him to the core. And it was such a great video. If you're not following this guy, definitely follow him. With that said, your boy Twiz says, can anyone confirm this? And I guess he's talking about a comment that was left at one of his videos. And it says, at your boy Twiz. Well, now we have a date to Stadia release November 19th, 2020. Stadia release in Brazil. And will be the first game streaming service in my country. So somebody from Brazil left that in his comment section. And to take this with a grain of salt, guys and gals, for the simple fact that there's nothing beneficial here. And homie Duncan of Cloudy with Games definitely highlights this. It's nothing official. You know what I'm saying? So nobody can really confirm wholeheartedly that this is coming. And it could be coming from a valid source. But I think it's more than coincidental that both of these come up or spring up around the same time from two totally different sources. Right. So here's the thing, y'all. With all that said, how big of a deal is it that Stadia is starting to make this expanse? If this is true, if all these rumors are true, and the things that we're seeing are true, I think it's huge. You're going into next generation where the consoles are going to be king. You are very self-aware, you understand that. So why waste resources and try to fight this upward hill battle against two conglomerates that you're just not ready to fight against yet? I mean, granted, you had 3 great demos that did, get some mind share, get some good saturation, but you had to do them, you had to stagger them. And that's a sign to us that, you're still building the infrastructure, which there is nothing wrong with that at all. If people were listening to the correct entities and not listening to the idiot herd, they would have seen Jack Buser's comments that we've shown here time after time, again and again, that show that even Jack Buser, head of games at Stadia, I'm gonna say this ad nauseum until it resonates, that Jack Buser, head of Stadia, said that this is gonna pretty much, in so many words, it's gonna take a few years for it to get to the apex that people are looking for them to finally go, okay, at mass, for them to go at mass and say, okay, this is the experience that I'm willing to, either coincide with my console experience or my dedicated hardware experience, or to say, you know what, I'm looking to make a switch. This is fantastic. He said it's gonna take years. So under no shape, form, or fashion should we expect, because some mainstream media outlets don't like the prospects of it and they want to talk bad on it, under no shape, form, or fashion should we believe that means that the platform isn't doing well, that it isn't growing, that it isn't gaining mindshare by the day, new subscribers by the day. You know what I mean? So you guys gotta be, self-aware of what's going on with this platform, because they're self-aware, and you gotta understand that a lot of people are going to be amazed over time at how much support this thing gets as it continues to grow time after time. That said, I think it's better now than later for them to be making these expansions to Japan, Asia, which is a critical market, and Brazil, which they are foaming at the mouth to get their hands on Stadia at a mainstream capacity. So do it. Hopefully it's happening. Great to see. And again, it just goes to show you that it's more gratifying and more reassuring to some of us within the community that have doubts that yes, Stadia is in it for the long haul. They're going to do things. They're just doing it at their own pace, and hopefully we can appreciate it. For those that can't appreciate, you still got your consoles. Enjoy them until this is at some level that makes you feel all good inside. But for the rest of us, the ones that don't have to follow or don't need our friends to like something, in order for us to like it too, or we don't need the media, rather. It's important that our friends do start playing the platform, you know what I'm saying, to grow its user base. But I mean, mainly the mainstream media. We don't need the mainstream media to give their stamp of approval to something, because we all know that they have agendas. And I spoke, in a long-winded fashion about that at the beginning of this video. So hopefully that all soaks in. You guys look at this and you guys realize that this platform is getting the support that it needs, and it's going to be doing that for a long time. And with that said, that is it from your boy MM2K. Hey, let me know what you think about what I had to say in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? If you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, the Stadia Dosage. And don't forget, y'all, we got a Stadia Dosage stream channel that's dedicated to nothing but game streams. And we drop them the same day that we drop these videos. So you definitely want to go there and subscribe. Stay tuned. We did Marvels. We might be doing it again today. And with that said, so just look up Stadia Dosage streams. You'll find that. With that said, you all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.